On the news headlines, Kamala Harris settles for Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as running mate. Protest. CDS meets service chiefs, heads of security agencies. Fuel importers will frustrate Dangote refinery, Obasanjo. And on sports, Favour Philip cruises into women's 200-meter final. Good day, you're watching Leadership TV News. I am Cynthia Onado. The United States Vice President Kamala Harris has settled for the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to serve as a running mate in the November presidential race. CNN and the Associated Press reported on Tuesday, citing unnamed sources, as Harris tries to gain ground on former President Donald Trump with just over 3 months before the election. In choosing Walz, Harris is turning to a Midwestern governor, military veteran, and union supporter who helped enact an ambitious democratic agenda for his state, including sweeping protections for abortion rights and generous aid to families. Walz, who is 60, is a former U.S. Army National Guard member and a former teacher who has raised his profile in recent weeks as an effective advocate for Harris. He has attacked Trump and Vance as weird, a viral insult the Harris campaign has embraced. And now the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has summoned heads of various security and intelligence agencies to a meeting in Abuja. The meeting, which is thought to be in connection with the ongoing nationwide protests, also has the Chiefs of Army, Navy, and Air Force in attendance. Others at the meeting include the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of the Department of State Services, National Intelligence Agency, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence. The rest are the Controller General of Corrections, Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service. Leadership TV reports that hunger protests have begun violent, or rather have turned violent, with some demonstrators brandishing Russian flags in some parts of the country, a development the security authorities have described as treasonable. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has stated that those benefiting from fuel importations will do all within their power to frustrate the progress made by the Dangote refinery in Nigeria. Obasanjo stated this in an interview with the Financial Times, where he described the Dangote refinery as a project that should encourage both Nigerians and non-Nigerians. According to the former president, Aliko's investment in a refinery, if it goes well, should encourage both Nigerians and non-Nigerians to invest in Nigeria. Obasanjo's opinion comes on the heels of recent allegations by President of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, that some government and non-government officials were trying to frustrate the 20 billion naira refinery investment. Leadership TV recalls that officials of the Dangote Group recently cried out that international oil companies were frustrating the refinery by refusing to sell crude oil or by selling to them at a premium up to $4 above the normal price. Moving on now, the Lagos High Court in Igbosere has extended a previous directive limiting demonstrators in Lagos to the Freedom and Peace Park within the Ojota and Ketu areas of the state. Justice S.I. Sunaike issued the order following an application by the Lagos State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Lawal Pedro, for an extension order having compiled with the pre-action protocols for preemptive remedies ordered last week by another vacation judge, Justice Emmanuel Ogundari. Pedro, who was represented in court by the Director of Civil Litigations, Mr. Hamid Oyenuga, told the court on Tuesday that the earlier court order had been served on all the respondents in compliance with the pre-action protocols for preemptive reliefs sought by the Attorney General against the representatives of the protesters. Justice Sonaike, in her ruling, expressed contentment with the AG's adherence to Justice Ogundari's orders and directed that the protests be limited to Freedom and Peace Parks in the Ojota and Ketu areas of the state until full compliance with the preliminary orders. And now to Kano State, the State Police Command has arrested a notorious armed robbery suspect and recovered AK-47 rifles with 47 rounds of live ammunition in Kano. Spokesman of the command, Abdullahi Kiyawa, in a statement on Tuesday said the suspect, a 35-year-old Hassan Iliya, was arrested while trying to escape on a motorcycle. According to him, on August 5th, 2024, at about 2 a.m., a resident of Yandali village, Kunchi local government area, Kano State, reported that armed robbers stormed his residence, attacked him, and robbed him of 15 million naira. Despite the management of the ongoing nationwide protest, the State Commissioner of Police, CP Salman Dogo Garba, directed a team of detectives to conduct intelligence-led patrols to arrest the culprits and recover their operational weapons. On the same date, at about 6 a.m., the team arrested the principal suspect, Hassan Iliya, 35-year-old of Al-Hazawa village, Musawa local government area of Katsina State, while attempting to escape on a motorcycle. Finally, now to some sports news. Team Nigeria's Favour Ofili made history Monday night by qualifying for the final of the women's 200 meters at the ongoing 2024 Olympic Games at the Stade de France in Paris. Ofili became the first Nigerian to reach the milestone since Mary Onyali raced to the final of the women's 200-meter event at the Atlanta 96 Games in the United States. Ofili will join 7 others in Tuesday evening final of the event. The Nigerian athlete is the lowest on the list with a world ranking of 31 and with a personal best of 21.96. Alfred had in the semi-finals a time of 21.98, and Gabriel Thomas of the US has 21.86 in winning heat 2 of the semi-finals. Born 6 years after Onyali achieved the feat in 2002, Ofili will be aiming to better her compatriots' bronze winning run. And on that note, we end the news here on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website www.leadership.ng. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last word.